What do you do if you're a filmmaker under lockdown in your own home? Well, you make a movie, of course, and that's exactly what filmmaker Brian Barnes did, using the tools such as a smartphone to assist him. We also find out about his most recent feature film, The Redeeming, and what it was like behind the scenes of this psychological thriller.
During these lockdown days, many people are catching up on TV box sets and movies to occupy their time. I know for one, I'm catching up on Killing Eve. Now, in today's show, I'm talking to Brian Barnes, a filmmaker from London, who's going to be sharing with us his passion for making films. And he's also discussing his recent project, The Redeeming. Now, Brian's also embarked on a rather fun project of making a film while being isolated in his own home. He's going to share some tips with us for anybody who actually wants to get their creative juices and actually make a film themselves during this lockdown period. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce Brian Barnes to The Lockdown Show. Brian, hi.
Hello, Richie. It's wonderful to be on your show. Thanks very much.
Just before we start, tell us a little bit about you. What's your background?
I'm a filmmaker based in London. I've been making films since 1987. I've recently made my first feature film, which is a psychological thriller called The Redeeming, which is available on Prime. If you've got Prime, you can watch it there. And I make corporate videos as well. So I've made business videos for some of the biggest brands in the world, like Apple, Google, Microsoft, Amazon, people like that, Facebook. I've made videos for all sorts of those kind of people.
So from one end of the scale, it's business, it's corporate, right up to drama as well and independent film. What do you find interesting about making films?
The thing I love most about films is that they have power over people's emotions. So you can make a film that engages people at a very visceral gut level. You know, you can make them feel the tension or the excitement or the comedy of a moment or whatever. And I just love having that power over an audience. And that's why I enjoy making films.
Do you like to get your teeth into all different parts of the filmmaking process? Because I know some filmmakers, you know, if they've got a passion for photography, they like to just do the cinematography side of things. If they've got a passion for editing, they just like to do the editing. Are you a bit of a jack of all trades? Do you like to get your teeth into lots of different aspects of the filmmaking process, or are you kind of structured? No, I'm strictly like to do with directing and that's it. I get professionals in to do all the rest.
One of the most wonderful things about film is that it combines so many creative areas. It's sometimes known as the 7 arts because it combines so many different parts of creative expression, like literature and scenic design and light and photography and music and all these kind of things. And I really, really enjoy all of them. And particularly as an independent filmmaker, I kind of have to have my finger in all those pies because I just haven't got the budget to hire other people in. But I suppose the thing that I enjoy the most is working with actors. But of course, at the moment, when I'm in lockdown, you can't work with actors. The other part of filmmaking that I enjoy the most is editing. So once you've shot the film and you're playing with it in a cutting room, I particularly enjoy that. And so I suppose when I was sitting here in lockdown and I didn't have anything to work on, I thought, well, if I can create some footage to edit, then that will keep me entertained. One of the things that's been a real benefit, I suppose, of this lockdown process is it gives you the sort of singularity of mindset to actually look on YouTube for these tutorials and things like that. So I've actually done courses on writing and camera work and editing and stuff like that on YouTube and other platforms over this period of lockdown. I've been doing a lot of online classes while making my new short film as well. So it's amazing the resources available to you on YouTube these days or on the internet in general.
You recently made a psychological thriller called The Redeeming.
And the headlines once again for the Southwest. The search continues for a missing patient who escaped from the Seaview Secure Unit.
I need help. I think I've busted my arm.
What the dove are you doing out on a night like this? 'Tis a very lonely house you found here. Middle of nowhere, hadn't you noticed? It's enough to drive anyone up the wall, isn't it?
Hello?
It's all fine. I'm fine. Sick of being nice.
Why were you out walking in the middle of the night?
I can walk anywhere, anytime. I don't need permission. I think you'd like to tell me something. Let's start with the backpack, shall we?
I didn't steal it, if that's what you think.
Obviously missed the telegram.
Sorry.
If I'd known you were coming, I'd have had the West Wing aired. And I wouldn't have given the staff the night off. There's nowhere to go, John. Everywhere is locked. You should know that by now. I'm going to punish you, John. You know I have to.
Joyce!
It's Mrs. Hadley! Don't be.
Let me go. You can stop this, Joyce.
Time's up.
It's a psychological thriller. It's a kind of a cat and mouse game that takes place over the course of one night. So you've got Joyce, who's a disturbed single woman who's hiding out in a house in the remote countryside. Middle of the night, there's a knock on the door. There's a stranger there. She doesn't know whether she should help him or whether she should let him in or not. And she does let him in, but then it's a case of, can she trust him? But more importantly, can he trust her? Because she's behaving a bit oddly, and there's a lot of mystery, a lot of secrets between the two of them, and basically we follow them over the course of one night and discover their secrets.
Yeah, she's like, one minute she's kind of like really calm, and the next minute she's just like completely off the rails.
Yes, indeed. She's a very volatile character, which made her absolutely fascinating, both for Tracy as the actress to play her, and for me as a director to follow her character through the story. It really kept me so interested in the project throughout the whole process of making that film.
How long did it take you to actually make it?
From, as they say, from soup to nuts, from first inkling of the idea of, yes, we're going to make this film, to the moment when it actually came out in the cinema, it took 4.5 years. And I was working on the film every single day for that 4.5 years. Some days I literally only had to do 5 minutes to send one email. Other days I was doing sort of 16, 18-hour days, So, but for 4.5 years I worked on that film every single day. And the shoot itself was very brief. I mean, we were only shooting for 9 days. So we shot it very quickly. But then once we got it into the edit, as I said earlier, I really enjoy the editing process. So when we got into the edit, we really took our time over that and restructured the film a little bit and really enjoyed that editing process. The film is roughly half and half, nighttime and daytime. So it's kind of like late night and then the morning after. And the nighttime stuff, a lot of that was actually shot by candlelight. That's how we got that effect. We did that whole Barry Lyndon thing and actually shot by candlelight.
Yeah, because the actors are carrying the candles around a lot, aren't they?
They are indeed, yes, yeah. And the light that you see on their faces when they're carrying the candle is actual, genuine candlelight. There's no accentuation with electric lighting or anything like that. It's really wonderful what you can do with modern cameras.
And the house itself, that Joyce's house, it's sort of like, it looks like it's in the middle of nowhere. And from your trailer and everything else that you've made, it really does look kind of sinister. But when you see it in the daylight with a car driving up to it, it just looks like a normal house. I mean, how did you find this place?
Well, I mean, it's the power of the internet, isn't it? I mean, I just literally looked for a holiday home in Somerset, and it came up. And I just got on the phone to the owner and I said, look, we want to make a film. Your house looks like it would be a great location. Can we come and stay in your house and make a film there? And they said, absolutely. So, and it's on an organic farm just outside Minehead in Somerset, which is, it's a beautiful location, absolutely wonderful location. And Ryan, our lead actor, when we were there, he actually said, it was the most remote place he'd ever been to in his life, because it was just in the middle of nowhere, And while we were there, it happened to coincide with that horrible flooding that they had in Somerset back in the winter of 2013 into 2014. And so we were actually trapped in the house because we were halfway up a hill, and at the bottom of the hill there was floodwater, so we couldn't get back down the hill because the car just couldn't get through the water. So we were stuck in that house for the whole 9 days that we were shooting there. So that added to the atmosphere of the shoot.
So the actors were staying in the house at the same time, were they? Were you all sort of stepping over each other all the time?
Yes, I mean, it was a very small crew, and it's a very small house. I mean, I think there were 3 bedrooms in the house, and then there was a living room, which you see, that's the main room that we use in the film. So that living room that you see in the film is where some of our crew were sleeping on the floor, at night. So I shared a bedroom with our cameraman. So I had a bunk bed with our cameraman. I was on the top bunk, he was on the bottom bunk. And I don't think I've slept in a bunk bed since I was about 13. So that was quite amusing. And then our lead actress, Tracy, had the main room to herself. And then our lead actor, Ryan, had the other room, the bedroom. And then the rest of our crew were just sleeping on the floor down in the living room in sleeping bags,
Roughing it.
Yeah, it was a rough and ready. Because we were all locked in. We were effectively in lockdown in that house.
Yeah.
At the time we were making the film, and we really learnt to get on well with each other, and we really bonded like a family. It was wonderful. It's really wonderful.
What was the most sort of like fun part of it for you?
I think the key thing for me was that Ryan, our lead actor, is an amazing comedian, absolutely amazing comedian. Ryan had us in stitches all the time. Every time we cut a take and we had a break between setups, he would just be telling us jokes and making us laugh all the time. I don't think I've ever laughed so much in my life. It was just fantastic.
How can people find out more about The Redeeming, Brian?
You can watch The Redeeming on a lot of VOD platforms. The easiest way to track them down is just to go to theredeeming.com, and then you'll get a whole list of links to all the VOD platforms that the film is on.
Because it's on Prime as well, isn't it?
It's on Prime in the UK and the US and in many other territories around the world. I think my distributor said we're in something like 80 countries around the world or something like that. So it's very, very easy to watch the film.
You're in lockdown the same as me there. I can see you over there. You can see me here. Our rooms look very similar, actually, with our computers and our editing stations and everything else. What are you doing there just to keep your mind occupied?
I've been making a short film, but because I'm here on my own, in lockdown, I can't bring anybody else over to help me. I've ended up having to be in my own film as well as shoot it, as well as edit it,
The star, the cameraman, the director, the editor, and you're going to be the distributor at the same time.
Indeed, I am.
Is it a comedy film? What is it? Give us a little bit of a clue.
Well, I mean, it's I've gone back to my horror roots. It's a kind of a psychological horror. It's basically the idea is that the character. I'm playing the character, wakes up in the morning, he's having his morning shave, and then something really odd happens to him, and then he has to sort of investigate, I don't want to really say much more than that. Oh. It's a very short film. I mean, it's a micro short. It's like 90 seconds long, and but it's almost finished now.
So how can we see it when it does get finished?
Well, I will be putting it up on YouTube when it's finished. I mean, the wonderful thing about this lockdown is that there have been a lot of initiatives that have come forward. So, for example, Roger Corman, the great Roger Corman, King of the Bees, he has actually put out a challenge to filmmakers to make a short film under lockdown conditions and send it to him, and he's going to award the winner a prize. And so I'm going to be submitting it to that. There's another lockdown film festival I found that I'm going to be putting it in for. There are lots of these kind of initiatives going on at the moment, and which is wonderful because it keeps us all occupied, gives us all something to work towards.
Well, it's great. I mean, I'm going to look at that as well, actually, Brian, and I'll put a link at the bottom of the screen for any viewers that are interested in actually producing their own lockdown film. Why would you recommend making a film if you're under lockdown?
I think one of the things about film is that everybody watches films. Everybody watches films. Everybody watches TV or films, whatever. Other things like sculpture or art or music are maybe not necessarily things that we've all experienced or consumed ourselves on a regular basis. Whereas film is something that affects us all. We've all seen it. And so it's kind of natural that if you've watched, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of films in your life, that you would want to have a go at making one, just to see what it's like to make a film. So if you've never made a film before, now is the perfect time to pick up your mobile phone and just, use the video camera on your phone and just have a go at doing something. Making these kind of micro short films that are sort of 30, 60, 90 seconds long. You can really experiment, really try something out, see if it works. Something that really works at that kind of length is kind of like, what's your favorite joke? Someone must have, you must have a favorite joke that you enjoy. Well, why not just act that out and then film it? And you've made a little film.
For people that have never made films before, what equipment do they need?
They literally need nothing these days. If you've got a mobile phone, a modern smartphone, you will have a video camera built into that phone. You shoot on your phone and then you load that footage into your computer, like a laptop, or you can even edit on an iPad now if you've got the right software. And you can get this software for free from Google Play or the App Store or whatever, and you can just have a go. And that's the wonderful thing about modern technology now, is that if you've always wondered what it's like to make a film, now's your chance to try. Just get on with it, have some fun, really mess around, really experiment, because nobody's going to see it unless you really want them to see it, so you can do whatever you like.
So thank you very much for being on the show.
It's my pleasure, Richie. It's really lovely to be part of it.
And good luck with your short film. I look forward to actually seeing the finished version.
Thank you very much. I hope it'll work out really well.
You take care, mate. Ta-ra!
Thank you. Bye.